Week 3 coming at you. Brian, pace pusher, talking about the journey from 26.2 to 100 miles. Getting right into it. And I am here to talk to you guys about my journey from doing marathon training 244 at Chicago to doing my first 100-mile ultra marathon training. I got a lot of questions asking me how I'm going to make that jump, what I'm going to do, the training process, how I'm walking through it. And so this video is to help you guys walk through everything week by week and also give you my training log so that way if you want to make that jump, you can do it. Check out below in the description, there's going to be a link to the Google Drive that has everything you need to see what was planned, what I did, and how I felt that day. So all of that is available for you guys. Download for free, no charge. Just take a look at it and be able to see if this is something you want to take on. If you do, would love for you to hit subscribe as well, as I'll be coming out with these on a weekly basis. Also giving you more training tips for marathons as well as Track Tuesdays, just little insights into different topics that I've found valuable in my training process. So, getting right into week 3, feeling fresh, shockingly, after a pretty good week last week. Week 3 was 63.45 miles, a total of 8 hours, 8 minutes and 54 seconds spread over 6 runs on 6 days. So I did take typically Monday rest days off, and that is one of the things that you'll notice consistent from week 2 all the way through the rest of my training. I will always take Mondays off. So 6 runs over 7 days. This week's work really hurt me being able to get afternoon runs in. I know I really wanted to get a couple of them in, but over the course of this week I drove nearly 500 miles and had multiple days of early morning starts going past 8 p.m. I got a question about that last week, so I'll be doing a video also just to talk to you guys about how I manage work as well as being able to train and my family life as well. So this week's focus was slow and steady. Last week I had a couple runs where I was able to peak my heart rate on the tempo and threshold runs, and this week was all about just maintaining a steady pace. So this week's run, over the 6 different runs, one run I couldn't find my heart rate monitor, so it didn't have a heart rate, but that was a fairly slow run, so I wasn't too concerned about that one, getting over my Maftone heart rate range of 147. But my heart rates this week, 140, 133, 148, which was my hill workout, which we'll get into in a little bit, 140 and 138 average. Those went over the range of 735 per mile pace, which is actually my 22 miler, which I completed today. And then the slowest of the week was a 755, which was my hill workout. So we'll go into that in a little bit greater detail. The other things we focused on this week were stretching, foam rolling, trying to get some strength in, as well as the hypervolt. So this week, every day, I have a routine where I stretch as I'm getting ready in the morning. So I was able to get some stretching done every single day. Foam roll sessions, I wish I got more. I got 1 foam roll session in this week. And for hypervolt, I was able to get 3 in. And so the way I'm trying to make sure I get another foam roll session in this week coming up is to be able to do it when I'm watching TV with my family at night. So diving into the workouts, let's talk about hill workouts and why I find them so valuable. So being a busy individual, as many of us are, is I find hills to be the most impactful bang for your buck workout you possibly can. I think you get the most workout in the shortest amount of time doing hill repeats that you can doing anything else. It builds speed, it builds endurance, it builds strength, all in one workout. And so I'm fortunate enough to have a lot of different types of hills near my house. And so this week was 4 times half-mile hill repeats that was at the end of my run. So that run ended up being just under 8 miles with 4 half-mile hill repeats. One of the things that I really liked about that, and you can see here on the workout, is when you take a look at my heart rates that happened through the duration of that training, is, yeah, it would spike during the hills around 170, but look how quickly it would drop back down into the 120s. And to me, what that's showing is that my fitness continues to come around and continues to get better. So as I do repeats, as I do tempo runs, as I do hills, if I'm able to see that heart rate is dropping back down to a normal or somewhat resting range quickly, that is letting me know that my fitness is there, as well as I'm not overtraining too much. So to see that go up to 170, come real quickly back down into the 120s is something that I'm really happy to see happen over that duration. Just as you would notice, as you would expect, you'd also see the heart rate spike on the elevation gains and heart rate drop on the descents when I'm going back down. So this is something, even though the race only has, I want to say, 200 feet of climbing over the duration of 100 miles, I will be incorporating a lot of hills during my training because I, again, just find them to be so valuable in the total training process. So that was my harder workout of the week. The next one that I'm going to get into is my Saturday long run. This week, steady state, totally focused on heart rate, making sure it didn't creep up and over that 150 range, and keeping that steady state the entire time. Just wanted to get the miles on the legs today. As you can see, it was 22 miles, averaging 138 beats per minute at 7:35 pace. I was real pumped coming off of this workout. There was some elevation gain that happened throughout this. As you can see, there was 879 feet, which is more than 4 times the amount of gain that I'll have in the 100 miles. So again, working those hills a little bit into the training. It's not mountain or trail running like the trail ultra people are doing, but this is far more than what I'm going to get during the race. So again, repetition to get it better. As you can see from the heart rate with the pace, it was pretty steady all across. There's a couple water stops that I had along the way. I did not carry water with me today. I just knew where the water fountains or faucets were along the training route. So I was able to put those in, get those down, and be able to continue to keep the hydration, as well as taking my honey stinger goos that I like during the training process. So again, really happy about this. Those were the 2 workouts that I had kind of earmarked this week that I need to make sure I do well. Next week is going to be a little bit of a lower mileage week, simply because I'm moving my long run from Saturday to Sunday, because I'll be pacing the Surf City Marathon in Huntington Beach. I'll be pacing the 3:15 group, so I am moving that Saturday long run, which is supposed to be 25 miles, to Sunday and doing it 26.2 miles. I anticipate that that's probably going to be a lower heart rate run as well, but I am super excited. This is my first time pacing, so I'm really jazzed about bringing those people along in that 3:15 group. Again, Brian with Pace Pusher. Look forward to bringing you week 4. Hit subscribe below. Check out the other videos that I've got online, and I look forward to talking to you guys next week.